Start.
Okay, start. It was indeed a great surprise for me to see a tremendous improvement all over Japan since my last visit in 1937. This country had been practically destroyed in the Second World War. However, much bigger and better buildings have now come up in place of the old ones. A foreign visitor is astonished to see a wonderful growth not only in trade and industry in modern Japan but also an increased activity and interest in the daily life of its people. It may be rightly asked as to how this country with no natural resources worth the name had been able to completely overcome the almost total destruction of the Second World War. But during the course of the last 15 years, it had also been able to export all sorts of its products to the four corners of the world. No cotton grows in Japan, but its textile goods have earned a well-deserved reputation both in quality and price. Not an ounce of iron ore is found anywhere in Japan, but it supplies iron machinery and steelware to almost every other country in the world. Its wonderful achievements lead to the conclusion that it is not the raw materials but men that can make a country. The secret of the remarkable rise in trade, industry and prosperity in Japan lies in certain outstanding features of this country and its people. Some of these important features which mostly struck me are hard work and simple living, natural cooperation, discipline and devotion to duty and love for the country, etc. Every man in Japan had great faith in the dignity of labor. No job is less important or too difficult for him. His living is simple. He sincerely believes in hard work. He works throughout the week, refreshes himself by enjoying at the week end, and prepares himself again for putting in harder work. His interests are many and he knows how to make proper use of his earnings and spare time. Religion has no importance for him. An average man in Japan is so busy with his own affairs that he hardly finds time to think or to talk ill of others or to interfere in others' business. When he reaches the age of 18, he tries to be self-supporting rather than a burden to his पेरेंट्स। कहाँ तक देना तो मुझे बताया नहीं गया, मैं तक दिया।
5 तक ना?
एकदम 5 मिनट तक ही गया।
देना कहाँ तक?
नहीं, आपने बखूबी अपना
एंट्री हो गया भाई, एंट्री हो गया
कहाँ तक दिया?
पढ़ो भाई, पूरा पढ़ दो।
5
5
पॉइंट
तक
तक।
था।
सुनो ना।
फिर घूम रहा है समोसा।
Oh God।
400 वर्ड हुआ ना?
ये तो मोटू भाई बन गए, मोटू पतलू।
5 तक दिए तो 400 वर्ड हुआ ना?
हाँ
हाँ,
मैंने काउंट तो नहीं किया कितना
नहीं,
हो रहा है।
5 तक ना?
हाँ 5 से थोड़ा कम।
कितना? 5 एग्जैक्टली।
हाँ तो 5 एग्जैक्टली हुआ है।
ठीक है ना?
तो 400 वर्ड से तो हुआ है, 2 पढ़ना है भाई।
भाई मैं तो
चलो, it
पूरा
was
पढ़-
indeed है ना कि needed था?
इंडीड।
It was indeed a great surprise for me to see the tremendous improvement of all over Japan since
ऑफ नहीं है।
of है ही नहीं,
All over.
all over Japan since like
My last week.
my last visit in 1937.
हैंग ऑन। एक बात तो मेरे को मतलब करेक्शन करने की जरूरत होती है क्या? आप लोग तो कर ही रहे हो ना।
नहीं, जो मिला रहे हैं उसको देखो भैया।
ये टोक सकते हैं।
मैं
You
नहीं टोक
also
सकता
have
ना।
right to interrupt,
बिल्कुल पढ़ी वो कैरी हो।
है ना?
इरशाद इरशाद।
ठीक है ना?
Nice.
This country had been practically destroyed in Second World War. However, which bigger and better
Much bigger and better.
हो जाता है।
कहाँ है तुम्हारा ग्रामर?
अरे 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 अरे।
much bigger and
पर
better
बिल्कुल डिग्री।
लिखा हूँ नहीं। ठीक है। उसका beliefs have now
Buildings.
buildings have now come up in place of old ones.
ऑफ द
The old ones.
Of the old ones.
Of the old ones, a foreign visitors is
Astonished.
astonished. ये भी कुछ है क्या? Grammar?
नहीं ग्रामर अब
नहीं, वो है शायद।
खुद से बनाना पड़ेगा।
Obstruction है ना ये? Wonderful growth not only in trade and industry in modern Japan, but increase
But also in
थोड़ा है, देखेंगे इसको। activity, industries
And stress.
and
Interest.
interest in daily life of people.
In the daily
In the daily life of the people, it may be rightly
ऑफ इट्स
asked.
पीपल एंड शेयर।
ठीक है, हो रहा है mistake.
ठीक है भैया,
ये-
पढ़ने
As,
इसको पढ़ने दो।
as to how this country where
पढ़ने दो।
non-natural resources were named have been built to comply completely
Overcome.
overcome the अरे बहुत
इस term को-
Competitor कम कर
ठीक है
रहे
भैया,
हैं।
आप पढ़ो, आप पढ़ो।
ठीक है।
हाँ।
almost total destruction of the Second World War were, but during the course of last 15 years, it is also it has been exported all short of its products to the four corners of the world in contain
नो कॉटन।
no cotton grows in, but its textile more than well deserved reputation both in quality but price but in owns
आयरन और
iron ores is found anywhere in Japan, but it supplies iron, steel, ware
आयरन
to-
मशीनरी।
वो है छोटा है ना
भैया
almost
200 हो गया ना भैया?
almost
भैया नहीं
all over country
भैया पढ़ दो।
हो
all
गया,
over
हो
other
गया,
country हो गया
तो ये 2 पैरा पढ़ लिया।
300 पूरा पढ़ता है।
थोड़ा सा और लेना था ना।
300 में पूरा पढ़ लूँ ना।
यहाँ तक पढ़
यहाँ तक
लिए।
हो गया इन द वर्ल्ड।
तो 2 पैरा से क्या
सुन ना,
है 160 हुआ
यहाँ तक
नहीं,
तो
यहाँ
दिया
तक
नहीं है।
यहाँ तक
ज्योति
पढ़ेगा।
ज्योति मैं 300 पूरा पढ़ लूंगा तो पढ़ लेंगे।
क्या
अरे
300
बिगड़े
पढ़ेगा?
हैंड फ्री टाइप पे तो चल रहा है
मैं भी हैंड फ्री लिखा हूँ पूरा इसको मालूम।
तू नहीं पढ़ेगा?
इनको पढ़ लेते 300 में पूरा पढ़ लूँ।
लोग ठीक है country in the world it is wonderful achievement lead to the
यहाँ तक पढ़ पाओ, पढ़ो,
following can with that
कंक्लूजन।
also conclusion that it is not the
raw
raw materials but man that can make a country. The secret remarkable rise in trade and industries and prosperity in Japan lies in certain this outstanding feature in this country, and it is and its people. Some of these important
यहाँ थर्ड हो गया ये
important features which mostly struck me or hard work and simply living.
सिंपल ही है यार।
सिंपल है।
सिंपल
भाई मैं ली लगा दिया
इसलिए का फैन है
simple living है ना, simple living nature, cooperation and
discipline
devotion है, devotion to duty and love for the country, etc. Every man in Japan had great faith in the dignity of labor. No job is less important. Is living is simple. He sincerely believes not in hard work. He worked throughout the week, refreshes by enjoying in a weekend and prepares for himself again for putting harder work. His interests are many and he knows how to make proper use of his earning and spare time. Religion has no importance for him. An average man in Japan is so busy with his own affair, hardly find time to think and talk ill of others and on to interfere in others' business. When he reaches to age of 18, he tries to be self-supporting rather than a burden to his parents. क्या सही बता रहा हूँ मैं? शानदार चीनी के 4 दिन हो गया।
मिल जाएंगे अभी लेके आओ सर्टिफिकेट टू माय डेस्क और तीन तो मुझे तूने एक तो 300 वर्ड मेरे लिए
उठो दीदी मैं मार दूँ
एक फाइनल करवा दे
एक फाइनल
भैया मैं रो दूंगी मेरे को रो
अभी 6 exactly this time is 6 o'clock.
नहीं मैं एक और करनी है मैं पढ़ूँ और देखो अरे तेरा करनी है बात
फाइनल
नहीं सब एक एक करें